This is my accidental Kundalini awakening by Jungjin Moon. The link is in the description below. It's on medium.com. My accidental Kundalini awakening, an unexpected spiritual experience that lifted the veil. I had never heard of Kundalini, yet somehow I had awakened the Kundalini Shakti, Sanskrit for coiled power. When I read about the coiled power, the coiled serpent energy rising up in the body, I knew that I had finally found an explanation for what I had experienced. After the spontaneous awakening, I felt confused and alone, unsure how to make sense of it all, and scared that no one would believe me. If you can relate, this is for you. You're not alone. This is my Kundalini experience and what I've learned about the divine cosmic energy Kundalini Shakti. How it all started. I had just entered a dark night of the soul. I had recently experienced an event that triggered the onset of the most gripping and unrelenting anxiety and paranoia that I had ever experienced. Desperate for relief, I began to binge read books about spirituality. This is when I came across the Satanama mantra, also known as Kirtan, Kriya. I began chanting this mantra every morning, expecting the benefits of a clear mind that the book had mentioned. After my spontaneous awakening, I learned that Kirtan Kriya is a simplified name of Kundalini Kirtan Kriya. It's often chanted to awaken the Kundalini Shakti, to uncoil and rise from the base of the body up through the crown, activating the chakras in the process. Completion of the Kundalini process is traditionally known to result in enlightenment. What it felt like in the moment. A week or so into chanting Kirtan Kriya, I lay down on my bedroom floor and began a silent evening meditation. Suddenly, I felt my body elevating and beginning to spiral in big, round motions. I opened my eyes a bit to check that I hadn't levitated. I had no idea what I was experiencing, but I wasn't scared either. I allowed the experience to continue and enjoyed the continuous spiraling motion. It felt like being on a spinning teacup ride in the amusement park. After what felt like 30 minutes, my tailbone started to ache from laying on the floor. Although the spiraling sensation was still going strong, I decided to open my eyes and come out of the experience. Starting physical integration. Starting that evening, there was a gentle yet constant vibration in my upper body. When I asked my friend to place her hand on my back, she could feel it too. The vibration made me feel dizzy, so I spent a lot of time lying down during the following weeks. There were also moments when I felt like the energy in my body was rising up and down like being on a boat on choppy waters. After researching an explanation and learning about Kundalini, I spoke to a yoga teacher. He told me that the constant vibration indicates blocked chakras that are inhibiting the rise of Kundalini Shakti. He recommended that I meditate and visualize energy rising from the root chakra up the spine and out through the crown chakra like a fountain of energy. After repeating this meditation for a few days, the inner vibration and dizziness gradually began to subside. I had also stopped practicing Kirtan Kriya. There were a handful of times during meditation when I felt the spiraling sensation start again, but after weeks of shaking, I got nervous about repeating the experience. At this point, I was too in my head, and this blocked the sensation from increasing beyond a subtle spin. For now, it seems my experience of Kundalini Shakti was a one-off. Why is this happening to me? After the experience, I was confused about what was happening to me and why. I felt so alone and lost. If you're feeling this way, I hope this quote gives you an explanation and some guidance. This is a quote from The Path of Yoga by George Feuerstein. Occasionally, genuine Kundalini awakening happens spontaneously to people who do not have a spiritual practice or who, until that moment, may not even have been aware of the existence of spiritual traditions and experiences. From a yogic point of view, such spontaneous awakenings result from spiritual efforts made in a previous lifetime and represent a unique opportunity to re-enter the stream of spiritual practice. Spiritual integration. The veil had been lifted, and in this sense I was spiritually awakened. After experiencing the energy of Kundalini, it is impossible to doubt spiritually or of our connection to source energy. It changed the way I experienced the world. I realized how social conditioning had limited and restricted my experience of reality and how I perceived myself. Looking back, I'm so grateful that it happened to me because it allowed me to experience and awaken to my divine nature. If it can happen to me, it can happen to anyone. We're all spiritual beings. Within each of us resides this divine energy that is awaiting to rise and awaken us the truth of ourselves and the universe. It can be dangerous to attempt Kundalini awakening of your own, but if it happens to you spontaneously, I believe there is a divine reason for it. If you've had an unexpected Kundalini awakening like me, trust that it's happening for your highest good. It's a blessing and a gift from the universe. Okay, that's the end of the blog post. I think in this case we see that we've got a partial awakening, or it's an initial awakening. That would be my assessment. But again, it's interesting to see people can connect with different methods and find different ways to awaken the serpent power. Hope you enjoyed the video.